Nobody ghosts you for one big mistake. They ghost you for the small pattern they got tired of naming out loud. For years I couldn't figure out why people kept fading out of my life without a fight, without a final conversation, just silence. One friend finally told me the truth after too many drinks. I made every disagreement about defending myself instead of hearing him. And I learned this the hard way. Today I'm breaking down 5 behaviors that quietly train people to disappear on you. And number 2 is the one most men do the most without ever clocking it as the problem. Behavior number 1, you turn every piece of feedback into a fight. I had a coworker who couldn't hear one critique without listing 5 reasons it wasn't his fault. First, it was funny. After a while, people just stopped bringing him anything, not because he was wrong, but because being right around him cost too much energy. Epictetus named this exact pattern 2,000 years ago. Asterisk, it is the act of an ill-instructed man to blame others for his own bad condition. It is the act of one who has begun to be instructed to lay the blame on himself, and of one whose instruction is completed, neither to blame another nor himself. Asterisk in plain English, defensiveness is a beginner's move. The people worth keeping around learn to just sit with being wrong. Stoic response. Next time feedback stings, wait 10 seconds before you respond. That gap is where maturity lives. The second behavior is quieter, and almost every anxious man does it without noticing. Behavior number 2, you chase reassurance instead of trusting the relationship. I used to double text, then triple text. If someone took a few hours to reply, I'd spiral into a story about what I did wrong, then send a message trying to fix a problem that never existed. Psychologists call this anxious attachment, reading neutral silence as a threat, then acting on the fear instead of the facts. Epictetus built his whole philosophy around this exact trap. Asterisk, men are disturbed not by the things which happen, but by the opinions about the things. Asterisk translation, the silence didn't hurt you. The story you told yourself about the silence did. Stoic response, the next time you feel the urge to chase, sit with the discomfort instead of the phone. Most of what you're afraid of is a thought, not a fact. Behavior 3 is the opposite problem, and it's just as exhausting to be around. Behavior number 3, you talk more than you listen. I had a friend who could turn any story you told him into a story about himself within 30 seconds. Tell him about a rough week, and somehow he'd end up talking about his own rough month. People stopped opening up to him. Not because he was unkind, because conversation with him only ever went one direction. Epictetus was blunt about the discipline of restraint in speech. Asterisk, let silence be your general rule, or speak only what is necessary and in few words. Asterisk in plain English, most people don't need your response. They need your attention. Stoic response, in your next real conversation, ask one more question than you normally would before you talk about yourself. Watch how differently people lean in. Behavior 4 is the one that turns small conflicts into permanent exits. Behavior number 4, you take everything personally and react before you think. I once lost a friendship over a joke that wasn't even about me. I heard it wrong, got heated, said something I couldn't take back in the group chat. He never said a word about it again, he just stopped inviting me. No fight, no closure, just gone. Epictetus separated the event from the reaction better than almost anyone in history. Asterisk, it is not he who reviles you or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion about these things is being insulting. Asterisk translation. You control the meaning you assign to what people say. Most damage comes from the meaning, not the moment. Stoic response. Before reacting to anything that stings, ask what actually happened, separate from what you decided it meant. The gap is usually bigger than you think. Last behavior. This is the one that makes people distrust your word entirely. Behavior number 5. You're inconsistent, so people stop counting on you. I used to be the guy who said, let's link up soon, and never followed through. Said I'd call, didn't. Said I'd show up, showed up later, not at all. Nobody confronts you for this. They just quietly recalibrate how much of your word they can rely on, and eventually stop relying on it at all. Epictetus tied real freedom directly to self-mastery, not to circumstance. Asterisk, no man is free who is not master of himself. Asterisk in plain English, if you can't control your own follow-through, you don't actually control your relationships either. They control themselves around your unreliability. Stoic response, say less and do all of it. One kept promise is worth more than 10 warm intentions. 5 behaviors. One truth underneath all of them. People rarely ghost you over one moment. They ghost you after enough moments convinced them explaining it wouldn't change anything. Comment ghost if you saw yourself in at least one of these. And watch this next. 5 Stoic laws for becoming dangerously attractive. The Stoic shadow. Get rich, stay silent,